us gifts, and they're as unique as snowflakes. We're all totally different in our gifts. There aren't just a few gifts. There are infinite gifts, and they're all different. And so if we are gifted in some way, a singer, a poet, whatever, we should feel humble, not self-congratulatory about it because it was given to us, maybe before our birth, our gifts. What are your gifts? I think my gifts have something to do with imagery and words, and I'm heavily conceptual. I'm a theoretician. I see how everything fits together in the right brain. That's a gift. And so I'm working with that. Some have extraordinary gifts of musicianship, and some have a multitude of gifts. I've often read that geniuses in history had many, many gifts, and it was just pure accident what they ended up on for fame because they had so many. So that's the thing about gifts. Be humble about it, but use it and expand it. It was given to you. It's not you. It's the strength of God. So always worship Him and give glory to God for your gifts. I read yesterday how many car accidents are happening from people smoking pot. This new pot is so much stronger than it was in the 80s. Boy, I'm so glad for many years I smoked it, thinking that it was making more theoretical, in the right brain, attitude adjustment, seeing things differently, and maybe it did. I don't know. Maybe it taught me how to see the world. But I reached a point of what you call cannabinoid hypernemesis syndrome, where I just shook, even getting next to it, even getting next to the resin or anything. I would shake and sweat. And simultaneously, it went across the board. I couldn't have chocolate, theobromine. Suddenly I couldn't have caffeine, coffee, or anything with caffeine in it. Just the sensitivity just wiped me out suddenly. And I'm glad it did, but it was a very hard withdrawal getting off of pot. And as I look back, smoking pot through the years, it attracted bad people. Sure, they wanted to smoke some of it, yeah. And it was hard getting rid of them because they were drug addicts, I guess, but I attracted a lot of hate from people. And I couldn't figure out why. I think it was from the pot. I think it's demonic. It's called pharmaceusia, the Bible calls it. Any drug, anything that alters your mind is a demon. Even though you think it's making you lighter, purer, and wiser, it's an alteration from the way God made you. It's a demon. I must have had demons. And I'm so glad that I went through withdrawal, have not had anything yet. Suddenly, I gave it all away to a neighbor, a lot of money. It spent in pot from a dispensary. Gave it all away. I sent all my pipes away to somebody. I don't have anything. I'm so glad I'm completely away from pot. Cannabis is no good. It's a demon, just like alcohol. Alcohol and cannabis are both conduits to the devil. I'm so glad that I can enjoy the day without pot, without uppers, without downers, without alcohol, without having to have my coffee, without big pharma, without any pills whatsoever. I can't even believe it. My father was a pharmacist. He owned La Mesa Drug Company, and we took pills for everything. And I don't take anything. I'm afraid of it. I'm afraid of pills because once they're in you, you got to wait it out. It's like a bad trip. It's terrifying. You have to wait till it goes out. No, I don't take anything. If somebody tries to give me a pill, I refuse to take it. I'm afraid of drugs, pharmaceusia. I don't want it. But I'm so grateful to be off of pot because I was smoking it all day long. You know, thinking I was a big theoretician, thinking I was seeing the world, and it wasn't to party. It wasn't to socialize, it was to get new views of things in psychology, because I'm a psychologist. I knew that Freud took cocaine to theorize, Jung took pot to theorize. So that was my justification. And I'm so grateful that I went through the detox, and I never would even ever think about taking it again. It was a demon. I did not know it was at the time. I thought it was making me more spiritual. I thought the world was demonic. No, just yourself. You want just yourself the way God made you. Nothing else. No drugs. No smoking. No cigarettes. No anything. No coffee. And that seems like a dull life maybe to most people. Most people love their morning coffee. But you won't want it once you get on the right diet and start to daily fast and clean out, and every morning you're higher because you're clear. Now that's a whole new domain that most people have never thought of. Nothing extra. That is high. I know it's hard to believe that that is the greatest high, but that is it. How God made you. Nothing could ever come that high. The current world is totally divided. There is no lukewarm. So many friends I've had to say goodbye to because they were leftists, and I'm a conservative, and it's a war between the two. There's no middle ground. Suddenly, it was just, we could never speak again. They called me names I thought they were bad, and there's no coming back. If they're in that ditch, they're never going to accept you. I can't tell you the number of friends that I don't have anything to do with now. They're gone forever because of this. It used to be that Democrats and Republicans had some kind of middle ground. They could talk. They could joke about it. They could party together. No more. You can't even talk to them now. It's a sad thing, but that's the way it is. Woman I knew all my life. She was my bridesmaid, my first marriage. And we got together again. I was so glad to see her. She started spouting this crap from CNN and fake news about how Trump is a dictator and how people who are against open borders are racist and all this crap. You know, this line of BS. And throwing around terms like fascist. I don't think she knows what she's talking about. I have a master's degree in political science, and I heard all this stuff. It was just the same stuff you hear constantly on TV from fake news. I tried to talk her out of it. She just got mad. I thought, we can't even talk. We have to just agree to disagree, and that's it. And we never spoke again. I don't want to get into that. Life is too short to argue with somebody. You have to let people go. People come and go in your life. God is constant, but people aren't. They die, they move away, they have a different theory. You don't have the same values anymore. Let them go and make room for somebody else where you do have agreement. Don't hang on to people. Don't hang on to habits. Don't hang on to old food routines that no longer work. Don't hang on. Leftists just shite the whole line. They believe in open borders. If you're against open borders and you want people coming in vetted, you're a racist. Well, what a horrible thing to call somebody a racist. When just 10 years ago, even Democrats were for tight borders. The Clintons, Biden, Obama, they were all for tight borders, but now everything has changed, so the thought has changed. That's ridiculous. Things shouldn't have changed like that. But now I'm a racist because I want closed borders. They call you names like that, a fascist, a racist, for thinking just ordinary things. there's no getting with old friends. There's billions of people in this world. Don't stay around people where there's no agreement, when you have different values. Life is short. Get away from them. Now it's interesting how childhood patterns inscript in the brain and the nervous system. It's called introjection. You know projection, where a person projects what he feels onto other people. And the opposite of that is introjection, where it's like a child witnesses all the chaos in his childhood in his family. Maybe the mom's beating up the husband, maybe the husband's beating up and maybe there's alcoholism and just chaos. That's inscripted. He swallows that system whole. It's called introject. It is an introject. That becomes his reality. And then later on, he recreates that with other people. We swallow things whole. You're not really responsible for the way you're acting if you are controlled by an introject. You swallowed your mother, you swallowed your father, you swallowed the constant fighting between you and your brother. We swallow it. Introject. Question what you're doing. Is this from your childhood? Is this something that they thought? Are you recreating chaos? I've often heard boys or men say that she was a nice girl, but when things got calm, she would create a tantrum out of the blue because that was what she felt comfortable with. That was her introjection. Rid of old routines that no longer work. Like I have a new routine. After I do my chores in the morning, feed the cats, feed the dogs, feed the neighbor feral cats, feed the cows over there, feed the cows over here. They aren't even my cows, but they like apples and oranges and potatoes and carrots. They love me. Okay, those are my farm chores. Take the trash, make the house immaculately neat. I like aristocratic neatness. Everything in its place, a place for everything. Nothing left out. Everything neat. Okay, then I make my video. Establish new routines. I make my video in the morning and then send it, that's a new routine. So out with the old, establish new routines, think it out. What are your goals? And just lay in a new life for yourself. But you start it by establishing good habits, and then you go forward. The new routines should incorporate your gifts. What are your gifts? We have all been gifted something. Maybe there's gifts that aren't recognized in this generation. Maybe they are gifts that you had as a child but put away and you're going to take them out now. Think about that. Everybody has a gift put in by God. Think about it. Bring it out. And no matter how old you are, let's expand on it now and see what happens. Maybe you can flourish in this gift that you've had in a drawer for 20, 30, 40 years, whatever. And then establish good routines around that, and then go forward. The message we've all been given as women is be liked, be desirable, be flawless. No. The women fear being replaced. Oh, the whole thing is society, other people. No, no, no. Give up on that. Be flawless to God. Be loved and adored by God. You are adored by God. Be, desirable to God. Forget people and bring out your gifts. Go inside. It's an exciting inner adventure, not an outer social thing. Forget all that. That's just phony, that huggy-kissy thing. No, bring out your gifts, spend time alone, establish new routines, and don't let people interrupt you. Make them call first. This is is what I wrote in my journal. Women measure self-worth on the attention received, not competence, which is real, earned and untouchable, respected, needed. That's power. True competence, not how much attention you get. Get off of that. It's just pure childishness. I want you to establish a strong foundation. A strong foundation. Look what I wrote. It's all emotional reactivity. A weak foundation masked by theatrical defiance. They're theatrical, loud. They yell. They hug and kiss. They perform for society. That's not a strong foundation. They will fold in a minute. That's weakness. You want inner strength. It takes time. Go alone. Be alone for a while. Get in solitude. Build a foundation based on your strengths, your gifts from God. And forget the attention seeking. That's immaturity. They have no depth. They just get loud. Intimidation is not real influence. They just get loud and intimidate you to think the way they do. That's not influence. You want respect from value and coherence. Clarity is not force. Confidence is not combativeness. They get combative. That's feminism. To be combative? Come on, no. You want quiet, coherence, and incisive speech, and gentleness. That's a fruit of the Spirit. And self-control, not to go off in loudness. Girls, come back to your humble beginnings. The more humble, the more power. Remember that. This is what I wrote about feminism. They've replaced dialogue with drama. Performative outrage is not moral clarity. Oh, they're outraged about this and that. I had a feminist friend, her favorite word was furious. I was furious. I'm furious. That is not moral clarity. Shut the fruit up and be humble and just state the truth and stop with all this outrage thing, because you're making up for what you see as thousands of years of being held down by men. So now you have a reason to have outrage. No. And it's the same with leftists. They don't have moral clarity. They just have loudness. Not fighting for something important. They're fighting to feel important. It's ego. Fighting to feel important. They don't know what they're fighting about. Sit them down and try to talk with depth about why they really feel the way they do. They're just chirping, slogans, empty slogans. They don't know what they're talking about. No, forget it. Have depth. It takes time. Go into solitude, find out who you are, and stop all this. It's not integrity, it's ego. It's fragile. It's loud. It's not strength. Loud ego is not strength. It's fragile, and it would collapse in a minute. It will crumble. When you shine the light on it, it crumbles. They only maintain themselves through a group, a loud group burning things down. Or the weak woman will bring her own home down through divorce. Just bring it down. That's not moral clarity.